Hi everyone, welcome back to the ADHD and Free YouTube channel. For shorter content on the podcast, please head over to our other links on our social medias to enjoy all the latest clips. You can get some of that on YouTube as well. And please feel free to subscribe, like this video, all the usual stuff. So it makes sense to start with the topic of our relationship to our neurodivergent experience. So I'm calling out to ADHDers and autistic and ADHD and dyslexia, all the various things that we may experience. And I think our relationship with what's happening for us is really, really important. So I was very lost until I was 41, very lost with all the stuff that I struggled with. So it was impulsivity, forgetfulness, and the big part of it for me was the emotional intensity piece. So really, really struggled with rejection, but I had a lot of anxiety and low mood. I always felt really flat and low unless I was constantly doing something. And that made life very difficult. But also because of my intense reaction to getting things wrong or being perceived as bad, being rejected, it means I just didn't do anything. I didn't grow my life or build my life in a way where I had to be exposed to these things. I found it all very difficult. It was when I got the diagnosis that it all started to make sense. You hear that, right? Oh, it all started to make sense. Yes. However, you get the diagnosis and I'm just over 2 months in. I'd like to know what your experience is. Let me know in the comments. But you get a diagnosis and it's a combination of liberation and devastation. So you're devastated about all the things you could have done if you'd known earlier. You have to deal with that grief. But it's also liberating to know that, okay, I'm not dysfunctional, there's no major other issues here. My brain works in a way that is creating that kind of life, a life where I cannot feel like I'm succeeding or being able to grow. So it's a huge thing, right? So I think it's finding a way to make peace with all of that to begin with. But then it's also the big part of announcing it to the world. So some people I've told and they've been indifferent about it. They're not sure about it, especially the older generation. And that was really hard. Some people are like, oh, everyone's a bit of ADHD. You know, we've heard it all before. People don't 100% believe it's a thing. And then you've got your amazing community of neurodivergent people who get it. They're like, yeah, I have that. And then it feels amazing. But the communities you've already built, they're the ones you kind of want to understand so they can finally see you and understand you. You don't often get that. And that's really rough. So sometimes we may hide that we've got it. Or we may just say we have these sensations or experiences. But we won't mention that bit unless they ask. That's fine too. But I think all of us, neurodivergent or not, want to live our truth. We want to feel free to be ourselves. We want to be authentic. And I think when you have neurodivergent minds, brains, we even more so need to be able to do that because we may be behaving differently or doing life differently and people think it's weird. But we need to be able to be upfront about that. And I think having our communities is really powerful, neurodivergent communities. I'd really like the neurotypicals to really be into it too and like to understand me and go, that's cool. Oh, wow, tell me more. So I don't know about you, but this is early for me and that's where I'm sitting right now. I'm loving the community I'm building for myself, people that see me, but I also really want the rest of them to understand. And sometimes I don't even want to tell them. I'm kind of predicting how they're going to respond, and that's rough. So it can be lonely beforehand and lonely after diagnosis. So I'd like to know what you think about this. And if you listen to the podcast, it's quite a few episodes now. So I interview coaches and therapists in and around ADHD, people from all over the world that experience ADHD or autism. It's been very interesting so far. And then me and my partner do the Lost Generation series where we talk about what it is to be diagnosed in later life, and her as a woman, as me as a man, and as a couple. So go check that out. And they're long form. So you've got this sort of medium form, I guess. You've got long form podcast, and you've got all my shorts, and then on Instagram and TikTok, you've got all the 60-second bits where lots of interaction takes place, especially on TikTok. So it's really good over there. But that's it for today. Let me know your experiences of your relationship with it, how you feel about it out in the world. Now you know you have it. Is it been completely liberating, or has it actually been quite difficult at times? I'd be really interested to know. So thanks for watching. Like I said, subscribe, like this video. I really want to try and grow this channel. I know it's very chilled. I'm not doing like crazy videos, engage you, and lots of editing and lots of text. Just really chilled. Me and the plants. Just talking all things neurodivergent. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.